Hi folks, BJ Waterfowler here. As promised, today we're going to go over trot lines. What they are, how they work, and how I like to set them up. First off though, I'd like to say thank you to all the great response, the great questions that I got from my fishing with yo-yo videos, and a shout out to all of you that subscribe to my little YouTube channel thing that they got going. It makes these things a lot of fun when I get some positive feedback, and I get to answer some questions and show you guys how to catch more fish. Alright, now on to the trot lines. Just like the yo-yos, I want to say, make sure you check with your local fishing regulations. Make sure that this is a legal way for you to fish in your area. Don't want anybody getting in trouble. Just make sure that it's all legal, and everybody have a good time catching a lot of fish. Alright, now on to the yo-yo, or on to the trot lines. I get confused. What we've got here, this is a store-bought trot line. All I do is wrap it around a stiff piece of styrofoam. That way it's easy to unwrap. It's easy to wrap back up when I'm done fishing and ready to go home. On this line, there's a lot of plastic beads on here. They're spaced out evenly. And what these beads do is they provide you with a place to clip your drop lines that are going to contain the hooks. So, and that spaces all of your drop lines that have the hooks on them, so two fish don't get together and tangle this all up into a big mess. So these are really good. This is a good system to have. The older ones had brass beads on here. Now they've got these swedged or melted on plastic beads. All right, how a trot line works is what you're going to do is a trot line is this line which is placed between two objects in the water, either the bank and a tree, or a dock and a tree, or two trees, anywhere in a body of water that you think the fish are going to be active. And this one line has a lot of hooks on that one single line. A lot of hooks means a lot of opportunity to catch a lot of fish, and that's what we're after. So that's basically how a trot line works. Just stretches out with a lot of hooks, and we have an opportunity to catch a lot of fish. The first thing we're going to have to do is get this all rigged up to where we can start fishing with it. So we've got the line, we've got it stretched between 2 points in the lake. Now let's build up our drop line. I've got a little setup here, a little makeshift workbench on the side of my boat, and let's build up a drop line, show you how quick and easy it is using my method, and it's also going to utilize my bucket that I use with my yo-yos. Same kind of system, keeps everything organized, keeps it all straight, and makes it a very effective way and a fun way to fish. So let me move the camera over here. We'll build up a drop line real quick, and I'll go on and show you about the way I like to fish with these. Now, there's three components to the drop line. The first one is going to be your hook. And what I normally am going to use is just a simple 3/0 trot line hook. Just a simple 3/0 hook. Now, a lot of you guys that are used to fishing for catfish are going to want to use their blood bait or your livers or stick bait or whatever, hot dogs, whatever you like to use. Just go ahead and use your treble hooks like you would normally use. That's fine. Catfish are normally thought of as bottom feeders, but they will come up and they will feed up towards the top of the water, especially at night, and that's when I like to use trot lines and my yo-yos both. I like to fish those at night. That's when the catfish are going to come up and they're going to feed on bait fish. On these hooks that I'm fishing with, I will use a pretty good sized trot line minnow, or I'll use a casting net and I'll catch small bait fish like brim or perch or even bullhead minnows, and I'll put those on these hooks, and I won't fish them right at the bottom. Just another something for you to think about. Maybe it opens up an opportunity where you guys can catch some other fish rather than fishing on the bottom like you traditionally would, because these cats, let me tell you, they will come up. All right, on to the drop line. The second component is going to be these quick clips. They're wonderful for running these trot lines. They've got the quick clip on them, and they've got your barrel swivel. The barrel swivel is going to keep that fish from twisting and twisting and twisting and make a ball mess out of your trot line. The other component is going to be the line that you're going to connect the two with. And this is nothing more than some inexpensive nylon cord, lightweight nylon cord that you can get at a sporting goods store, wherever you buy your trot line. Now, we're going to utilize this with the bucket system that I showed you with the yo-yos. And our drop lines with this are going to be the same depth as our bucket is. So we're going to take this, measure this out, and then double it. That way, we're at a proper depth, and it fits in our bucket to where we keep everything nice and organized and ready to fish with. Now, we'll cut us off a piece of line here, and all we're going to do is tie us a simple overhand knot. Just like that. Now, all that's going to do is give us a loop. Now, on this loop, on the end that does not have the knot, we're going to take the hook, either the straight hook or the treble hook, and we're going to thread the line through the eye of the hook. Now, run the hook back through this loop, just like that, and then pull, and that affixes your hook. Now, on the other end that has the knot, that's where we're going to attach our quick clip. Now, take the quick clip, and where we've got the barrel swivel, thread the line through. Your little overhand knot will slide through there. Do the same thing. Open this up. Take the hook. Run the hook through the loop. Like that. And that's going to loop around your quick clip. That's all there is to your drop line. Now, the drop line is ready to fish with. And we're just going to take this and we're going to drop it into our bucket and we're ready to go fish. Now, when we get out, we've already got our line. It's between our 2 points out in the water. We've got our drop lines here. We've got our bait that's ready to go. So, that's what we're going to do. When you're out there and you've got your trot line run, and you've got your drop lines here, you've got a bucket of bait in here. You're going to take one of these drop lines, grab one simply out of the bucket, put a bait on the drop line, then attach with your quick clip the drop line onto your trot line in between those two blue beads that I showed you. Drop it in the water, go to your next one. Just keep going. The same thing in a reverse procedure when you've got fish on the line. You're going to let your bait sit out there for an hour, 2 hours, come back, pull your line up, you're going to have fish on the line. One key when you've got fish on your line, do not grab these drop lines. Grab the trot line itself that has the drop line hanging off of it. That's going to leave some spring for the fish to stay hooked. If you grab that drop line and you put tension on it, that catfish will kick that hook out of there almost every time. So don't get excited and grab that drop line. I've seen some nice catfish kick those hooks out and leave because guys get excited, they grab that drop line. So, key thing, make sure that you've got a net, and as soon as you've got a fish, run down that trot line, lift him up, and net him, put him in the boat. The next key thing about